What's up? We are back with a brand new edition of Course. You probably shouldn't do something in your face because now it's all of my fucking eyeballs. My bad. Did you miss me? I know you did. And guess what? Today is the full moon. So if you believe in that shit, let's take advantage of the full moon today. Because I do love me a good full moon vibe. What up, Taylor girlfriend? Okay. So we will talk about that. Plus, today we're going to talk about an avoidant. Because if I hear avoidant one more goddamn fucking time. What up, Eva girlfriend? What up, Shayna? What up, Boondalita? Okay, you need to understand the word avoidant is really kind of silly that it's got a negative connotation to it. We'll just talk about that. But we're going to get into that. Okay, but first, let's snaps for Just Nikki, who literally has reminded all of you, girl, I did watch the Sammy video, and you're right. She was just like what I talked about. But what up, Salty Dog girlfriend? Like she said, you have no idea what's going on behind the scenes. I don't know why you continue to question every goddamn thing that comes into your fucking life. It's retarded. Right? Because she's seen things happen. She got confirmation, of things that happen behind the scenes, even though she saw nothing in the 3D. Oh, I'm so excited for you, Bundalita. I'm so excited. Golden Baby Love, what up, sister? I'm going to message you back for sure today. Shayna said, update, I didn't even introduce myself yet, said SP told her to get a sitter for the weekend, manifested after he couldn't now, I have 3. Boom. That's how this works. We're here to get our shit. Okay? Let me introduce myself. My name is Jen. I am your manifestation bestie, where I teach you how to leverage the law of assumption and literally everything in your fucking life to work in your favor if you'd actually start doing it. That'd be amazing. Thank you so much. So I already know that sounds good. You used to click the follow button, subscribe button, wherever you're watching from. I go live every day at 10 o'clock Pacific time. If you ever miss a live, I always put them on the tube of the U so you can watch the replay, but don't just watch them like it's late night fucking activity. Why don't you actually watch them to learn and implement and do what's being said in said video? There's that. Okay, I manifested my boyfriend from no contact to living with me in only 4 weeks, and I managed to cut that time in fucking half. So if you want me to manifest your SP for you, or you want to work with me one-on-one to figure out where you're going wrong so you can get your shit right, all links are in my bio. Also, we have a 3-day intensive. Spots are filling up fast for you to toot your own horn, because don't take this personal. And if you fucking do, I don't know what to tell you. But a lot of you need to toot your own horn. A lot of you don't know what makes you great. A lot of you are allowing your SPs to define you, walk all over you, treat you like shit, disrespect you, all that shit. And we're going to talk about that too, by the way. And it's because you don't see something better in yourself. You're settling. And I don't mean you're settling with your SP. I mean, you're settling in life, okay? You're literally not seeing yourself as worth more than what you're currently getting. So you accept breadcrumbs, you accept asshole behavior, you accept being mistreated, you accept all this shit that you don't deserve, right? And we're going to talk about it, and I'm going to try not to cry because it's a personal subject for me. Same with Bevy. But I don't like seeing certain people go through that, okay? You have to know what you deserve, and you have to expect that from your SP. Period. Because you deserve better than that. So if you want to be on that pedestal and you want to really, and yes, I'm wearing this fucking shirt because I'm comfortable. It's hot, but it makes me comfortable. And I bought this shirt when I was 220 fucking pounds, just so you know. And now it's a dress. Okay. But so many of you don't put yourself on that pedestal, or you do, but it's a temporary basis, right? It's it's easy to do certain things when everything's good, but what happens when things are not? You're still not putting yourself on that pedestal and seeing yourself as the one desired. Instead, you're the one doing the chasing. You only feel special if someone makes you feel special. You only feel loved if someone makes you feel loved. That's not the fucking shit, okay? But when you really know who you are, and and really put yourself on that pedestal and toot your own horn, then things change in your life. People, society, so many things start going your way. So many different things start happening to you. So if you are still devaluing yourself, if you're still looking for validation in your SP, if you're still getting in your own head and expecting the worst, then join the intensive, okay? Because you deserve to put yourself on that pedestal. You deserve to feel on fire every day. You deserve to feel that love for yourself 1000% of the time. Okay, so you don't start settling when you expect more. So join the intensive. We kick off on Monday. This year's going by fucking fast. I feel like once you get past February, the year just flies by, right? We kick off on Monday. Link is in the bio. Join it. It'll be the best decision you ever made. Give yourself that gift, okay? Also, we have SP stories, self-concept stories, gutter trash stories paired with songs to go with that. Guided meditations, hypnosis audios, all that shit. So grab it because Bevy has been repeatedly telling me I need to up the price and I haven't done that shit yet. But I'm going to do it today on some coaching calls. Okay, so grab your shit today. All right. We have a friendly contest every day on here on TikTok Talk. So if you share this live or you repost this live, you will be entered to win some amazing prizes. Okay, so the first thing we're going to talk about right now, we talk mainly about SPs around here. If you have a problem with that shit, there's a whole nother fucking live you can probably join and watch, okay? I don't understand why people watch lives that they have no desire in watching or for people they don't like. That's fucking weird, right? I feel like that's weird. I don't watch things of people I don't like. It's just me. Just saying. So scroll into the next. Get about my life. I don't really give a fuck because it's my platform. Okay. And I'm going to talk about whatever I want to talk about. And if you don't like it, well, you know, you have options. You have options, bruh. So there's that. Also, oh yeah, we have a WhatsApp group, which was fucking lit last night. Did we not have a good ass time last night? We had a good ass time last night. Because I tasked my community, if you weren't on the live, that becomes a you problem. I tasked my community to go one day without spiraling, without reacting to the 3D. And if you did, the no questions needed, nothing needed, we would just throw your ass in fucking jail. And so instead, we had a good ass time last night. We had plenty of laughs in the general, like plenty of laughs. Was it SP related? No, that was the point. That was the point. Okay, there's called an advice tab. Okay, so if you need advice, there's the advice tab. But in the general tab, we fucking talked about all kinds of shit. Some adulting, inappropriate shit. But hey, you know what? Where we go left, we go right, we go under. Who the fuck knows? But we're family. And so family should be able to have friendly banter. Last time I checked, right? So if you're not a part of the WhatsApp group and you want a family that actually gives a shit about you and wants to root for your success and, you know, all that shit, then join our WhatsApp community because that shit be lit. It was lit. We had a good ass time last night. I didn't even take a nap yesterday because I usually don't take naps, but the past week I've been exhausted after calls, so I've been taking a nap. Last night, I was like skippity-loo-loo-loo through the house. I thought the shit was hilarious. So anyway, we had a good time. Okay? Yeah, we went way under last night, but we had so much fun. And the goal was no one was reacting because people were distracted, right? Thanks, Lucy with the Butterfly Girlfriend. People were distracted. That's what it's all about. And by the way, my whole home smells like cinnamon rolls right now because my daughter came down wanting cinnamon rolls, and now all I can do is smell them. I eat vicariously, Taylor. You and I, right now, we're eating vicariously through the woof of the cinnamon roll. I told Taylor to eat vicariously through Instagram. I have plenty of meals on Instagram because I just look at the meal and imagine how amazing it tastes. But who could eat a whole bowl of chili spaghetti, 2 tacos, which my dad brought home 3 hours late, that were stale as fuck. But anyway, I still ate them. 2 tacos, a whole bowl of chili spaghetti, and some chips, and some trail mix, and all that shit, and not gain any weight? This bitch. This bitch. Yes. So if you have any questions about your SP, drop it in the comments below. If we are not exclusive to SPs around here, though, so if you, luckily for you, I've manifested a gang of shit. So I only teach on things I've successfully manifested. So if you want to know how to lose weight, health, business success, money, manifesting on a time crunch, need a new place to live, job promotion, raise, whatever the fuck you want, I've done it all. So I'm here to help you do the same. I only teach realistic advice around here. We teach 2 laws around here, the law of leverage and law of get your shit. So you heard it here first. And it's the full moon today, and we're going to have fun with the fucking full moon. Why not? Why not? We have to work with your assumptions. You know what I'm saying? So whatever assumptions you currently have, we need to work with that. So if you believe in the power of the full moon, which most people do, and so if that's the case, then we need to rev the shit up today and leverage the full moon. So we're going to leverage the full moon today. But we got a couple things we're going to talk about before I get to the questions. The first thing I want to talk about is you certainly did. Snaps to Sab, who got a free treatment for tomorrow at the barber. She manifested that shit. Of course you fucking did, bitch. I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of you. You can manifest anything you fucking want. Nothing can stand in your way. Nothing can stand in your way. Okay, now we're going to talk about something though, because for me, this is a personal matter. Okay. It's something that, I can relate to, Bevy can relate to, a lot of us can relate to, because sometimes we've been in not so healthy relationships, right? And I told you guys that if you want to manifest a partner who is semi-abusive, whether it's verbally abusive, because remember, abuse is not just physical abuse, it's verbal abuse, manipulation, things like that. Mind power. There's a whole nother level of discipline involved there. A whole nother level of discipline, because you have to break patterns that arise, right? So anytime they get an attitude, you know, have you ever been there? If you've been in a physically abusive relationship or any kind of abusive relationship, and you get a new one, and they're not that way, right? Thanks, Salty Dog. Thanks, Jackie. And you find yourself flinching when people walk by or when people get a certain attitude, because that's just how you've been ingrained, because that's been your history. And understand that anyone, you have to see the good in your person all the time. This is where the level of discipline comes in, especially if you're dealing with somebody who is verbally abusive or physically abusive, is that this is the game they play, right? It's easy to see the good in them when everything's great, right? And they love on you, they love bomb you, everything's great. And then boom, here it comes again, because you're inconsistent with the version of them that you're selecting. And you need to know it's not okay. You need to know that it's not okay to justify their behavior. It's not. Okay, just because they tell you all the right things in the moment, but then do the behavior later, this comes down to you loving yourself. This comes down to you having enough self-respect to know, do I want to make this work? If the answer to that is yes, then I need to really discipline the version of my SP that I'm selecting all the time. But at the same time, I need to know what I'm worth, and I need to know my value, and I need to know that you need to know you're worth more than that. You need to get back to who you are and what you deserve. And nobody deserves to be mistreated. No one deserves to be manipulated. No one deserves to feel like their power is being taken away. I know, Bevy, I wasn't trying to. But I get it, because I was there before. Okay. But you have to love yourself enough to know you deserve better. So I'm not saying you need to walk away from them, but I'm saying sometimes you need to take a step back and work on yourself and know that this isn't the person that I love. This isn't what I want. So why am I settling? Why am I allowing myself to be mistreated, disrespected? Whether it's your mind, your body, anything. Why allow yourself to go through that when you deserve better? I don't care who you are. You could have a shit ton of problems. It doesn't matter. You still don't deserve that. And you have to know that. You have to know that. So sometimes that does mean walking away because you deserve better than that. And you have to know that. That no one deserves to take advantage of you or to treat you like an object, not a person. That's not love. And so if you're going through that, I really want you to get back to knowing what love is. What is love for you? What has been modeled for you growing up, right? For you, what is love? And you have two choices. You can see that in the person that you love and not waver from that. Or you can choose to take a step back and say, I have to love myself. Because we have somebody going through that now, and it's not okay. You understand, like, we care. You're a person, okay? You're a person going through real life shit. This is not a fantasy, right? This is real life. So I just hope that you'll take it for what it is and know that you always deserve better. You do. You're all amazing people. Doesn't matter. You could have all the flaws in the fucking world. You still don't deserve any of that. You deserve to be respected all the time. You deserve to be loved how you want to be loved. And so don't ever settle. Don't ever settle for less than what you deserve. So if you're going through something like that, then take a step back. Okay, take a step back. And work on yourself. Work on yourself. You know, and it's okay. It's okay. Because when you see the good in this person, then they'll respect you for it. And you know what? They'll still be here when you're done. They'll still be there when you're done. You have to know that. Is that you have the power to decide. I deserve better. And I'm going to work on myself. I'm going to get that love back for myself. I am going to do all that. And I know at the end, they're going to come back. They'll be there because they love me. But I have to love myself first. Because they treat you how you feel you deserve to be treated. So how do you deserve to be treated? You need to know this. And however you deserve to be treated, you should demand and not settle. And either they fucking conform because you said so and that's how you see them, or you know what, I promise you, you're going to find someone who's going to treat you exactly how you deserve to be treated. Who's going to check all those boxes. So if you want to be with your SP, who is this person? You need to discipline yourself and you need to see them differently. But it doesn't mean that it doesn't mean that you don't have the permission to say, hey, I need a break. I need a break. And as you focus on yourself, you also focus on seeing them differently. And then they'll come around. But at least you're safe. At least you're okay. So I needed to address that because so many people go through this in society because you don't feel like you deserve, but because you justify their behavior. They were an asshole. Then all of a sudden, they're good for a couple days, treat you like a queen for a couple days, and then go right back. That's the problem in toxic relationships, like highly toxic relationships, is it takes another level of discipline for you to see them differently. And that's how you have to look at it. That's where, can you manifest them back? Sure. But me, I'm petty as fuck, so I'd manifest a big burly bitch beating their fucking ass up. That's what I'd manifest. Jeffrey Dahmer in the making when he went to prison. Yeah. Just saying. That's the pettiness of me. But I just need you to know it's not okay. Okay? You can manifest anybody and anything that you want. But don't settle. Because it's easier to manifest if you disconnect. To focus, right? Because when you're in the thick of things, when you're in like the weeds, if you will, when you're in the relationship, you see this person often. So when you're attempting to change that person or to see them differently, it's hard to do that when you see them constantly, right? Because you are flip-flopping between versions of them. And the second they get an attitude, you revert back. And so that's the discipline. But if you took a step back and you said, look, I need a break. And you focused on yourself. And then you focused on seeing them differently. The good thing is you don't have the outside noise. You don't have them in your face all the time. So it's a lot easier. It's a lot easier for you to see them differently. Okay? Because it's not one person. We've had a couple people go through this. And we've been there. Right? What they call them, former survivors of domestic violence. We've been there. And so no one understands. I'm telling you, there's nothing you can tell me you're fucking going through ever. And I'm going to be like, never done that, never experienced that shit. Sadly, you could hit me with whatever the fuck you've ever been through, and I'm probably going to be like, been there. I have a very colorful past. You know, and so, but because of that, I understand. But before that, I never did. You know, my analogy was real easy in the beginning. I was like, oh, what the fuck? I was like, solution is simple. Leave his fucking ass. Like, that was my analogy until I became in one. And then I understood differently. I saw it differently. I understood why they don't leave. You know, and so it's something now that we can relate to. Now, do I regret my past? I have no regrets of anything in my past. I live my life by that, because who the fuck is going to sit there and regret their past? I got better things to do. MC, it doesn't matter. Your energy, don't worry about your energy. Your energy could be on, off. It doesn't matter. But we're going to do a little fun exercise today. But it wasn't until I became in one where I realized, oh, so now I understand them. And so I always that's how I look at my life. I look at my life like everything I've been through is to understand, right? To understand what people go through, to be able to help, because I get it. They make you feel like you're not good enough for anybody else. They isolate you. You don't have anybody else. Who are you going to go to? Your fucking family? Your friends? Because they're all going to tell you the same shit. Leave. You know what I mean? But you also love and care about this person. Right? But you can love and care about somebody, but never love and care about somebody more than you care about yourself. You should only care about, the person that you should love and care about more than anybody is yourself. And people can call that fucking selfish. They can call that shit whatever the fuck they want. I don't really give a fuck what they call it. But you must love yourself first. And love yourself enough to be like, look, bruh, I'm going to give it a bit of a do, but don't trip because I'm going to work on myself and then I'm going to work on you. But don't even trip. But I can't have you in my aura at the current second because you're triggering me. So you have to put yourself first. Always in life. Never settle for a boss fucking telling you all kinds of shit you don't like. You should never settle for anybody telling you for shit you don't like. Fuck them. That's how I look at it. Fuck them. And you're lucky I don't have some fucking burly ass bitch come beat your ass up. Yeah, to demanhood you. So. And you have to look at it this way. Is you're doing it for yourself, but you're helping so many people in the process. Because whether it's with you and you decide to stay or you decide to leave, you're helping other women to come in the future for them. So change them. I would still change them, but I'd make him my bitch. Just saying. Just saying. So just know that, because I know a lot of women who do that. They tolerate being told go fuck themselves every waking second they get and being verbally attacked over and over again, and they continue to come back. And I said, but then in the same breath, they say they have self-respect. I said, I'm sorry, honey, I hate to tell you, but you don't. You don't. Because if you think in a million years somebody's going to fucking tell me to go fuck myself every waking second I get and call me a bitch, like I say bitch in terms of endearment. And that's my love language. But if you think that somebody that I love and care about is going to call me a bitch every waking second he gets and is going to tell me go fuck myself every waking second he gets and say all this mean, hurtful shit, you got me all the way fucked up till Sunday. Not happening. Why? Because I do respect myself. And I'm not going to look like a fucking fool. I know exactly who the fuck I am. And I won't settle for less than what I deserve. So I know exactly who the fuck I am. So I'm not going to let anybody take that from me ever in life. And I'm not going to justify it and say it's in the name of fucking love. Because I don't know what love you're familiar with, but that's not in the name of fucking love. Sorry, it's not. So you can put whatever label you want on it. You can justify it however you want. But that's not love. And if that's your definition of love, that's the problem. You need to find out what love means for you. And you should settle for nothing less. You should know how you deserve to be treated. Because like I said, you got me fucked up if you think anyone's going to talk to me that fucking way. No. I dealt with that shit when it came to my boyfriend and fucking my ex-getter trash. I was like, you got me all the way fucked up if you think I'm going to let him talk to me the way he talked to her. No, because I know exactly who the fuck I am. I know what I bring to the table. I know I'm better than that shit, and I'm never going to tolerate anybody talking to me that fucking way. Never. So you need to respect yourself enough. I'm not saying walk away, but I am saying work on yourself, because there's a problem within yourself to allow somebody to treat you that way. Okay? Okay. So now we'll move on from that. But I had to address it because for me, that's a problem. And we don't like hearing about it. We love that you come to us because that's how we help you, right? We don't like hearing about it. And we had a whole discussion about it today because we're like, how do we proceed with that? So I implore you, if you can relate, just to work on yourself. Know that you deserve better. No, you need to know how you deserve to be treated, period. That's what this comes down to. And if the problem continues, you need to know when you need to put a pause on the shit. Because you need to know that you should never, ever tolerate someone telling you that shit every fucking waking second that you get. Because you got me, like I said, I'll say it again. You got me fucked all the way up until Sunday if you think I'm going to tolerate any of that shit. Like, who the fuck are you? Who are you talking to like that? Not me. Not me. I don't fucking think so. Because I love and respect myself. That's love and respect for yourself. To know that you deserve to be talked to differently, to be treated differently, not to settle in the name of love. Because in my humble opinion, the term love has been completely distorted over time. You know, like love used to be like real love, right? But nowadays, people's definition of love is different. And it's only because of their assumption of love, what's been modeled for them, their past experiences, and and what they believe they're worth. All of that shit plays a difference, right? All of that shit plays a factor in it. But it all comes down to what you believe you're worth. And me, I know what I'm worth. And like Chelsea said, everyone deserves love and respect, period. So settle for nothing less. Okay? Okie dokie. Okay. Now, Aunt Bundalita, I'll answer your question on you're lost on how to work on yourself. It's very simple. This is what has prompted our Toot Your Own Horn 3-day intensive that's coming up next Monday. Okay. Is you work on yourself. If there's a way to, like, I'm all about least amount of effort, biggest results. Okay. So there's a way to work on yourself while also working on SP at the same fucking time. Okay. And that is about tooting your own horn. Okay. That's where I've told you guys is you need to make things about you, everything about you. You need to flip everything into a positive, like it is the fucking you show. It is the Bundalita show, like period. Like make time work for you. Like every time I put in the WhatsApp yesterday in our conversation, it was something like, every time I check my phone, they feel the need to reach out. They feel the need to contact me even more. Right? Every time I check my phone, they feel the need to contact me even more. Like, I know they're thinking about me right now. Why wouldn't they? Right? Every time I check my phone, they feel the need to contact me even more. Like, I know they're thinking about me right now. Why wouldn't they? Internet doesn't help. They create your insecurities. You have to understand this. Is society, your friends, people in general have created the insecurities you have within yourself. You were not born with insecurities. Okay? You're not born that way. I have an internet problem. Motherfucker. Okay. And so you have to realize that you were not born with insecurities. Society and the internet and strangers on the internet for that matter created them insecurities. Society and the internet and strangers on the internet for that matter created them. Weekend is mass recording. My boyfriend's gone on Saturdays, so typically, so it's going to be a mass recording fucking weekend for me, assuming I don't get distracted. But it's going to be a mass recording for me this weekend. I was once told no one can love you more than you love yourself. That's right. No one can love you more than you love yourself. How you see yourself is how your SP sees you. Remember that. So if you see yourself as full of insecurities, so what do you think your SP does? Treats you as such. Okay? Treats you as such. What? I was just talking to myself? Son of a mother bitch. Well, I was talking about your insecurities. Where do your insecurities come from? Your insecurities come from people on the fucking internet that don't even know you, by the way. Nobody builds you up on the internet. Have you ever noticed that? No one builds you up on the internet. It's weird. It's weird. Like I was watching some, I think it was a tarot card reading yesterday. And people were calling her a man. I was like, really? Why am I seeing this on my feed? I was like, you fucking lack intelligence or what? I mean, if you're going to comment on the video, care to guess what you're going to see more of? Those fucking videos. Duh. If you sit there, you don't even have to click on the video, but if you sit there and watch the video without even clicking on the video, you just told Instagram and TikTok that you're interested because they can see your scrolling pattern. So if you stop and pause on a video, care to guess where you're going to see more of on your feed? Those type of videos. So if you don't like them, scroll right past them because they can see that, okay? Where you're going to see more of on your feed? Those type of videos. So if you don't like them, scroll right past them because they can see that, okay? You're going to see more of on your feed? Those type of videos. So if you don't like them, scroll right past them because they can see that, okay? I was like, well, at least I'm a queen at the end of the day. I don't know what a snow queen is, right? And Rob was like, well, at least you're not an ice queen. I don't know what the fuck is frozen because I could see myself. But apparently a snow queen means that I have a problem. I was like, what the fuck are they talking about? I don't even do that. What an accusation to be made. People are just fucking haters. I don't know why I keep freezing because I'm fine and my internet is fine. You know what? This is a TikTok problem. This is a TikTok problem. I don't know what to tell you. The only thing I can do is exit and come back in. But I don't know if that's going to fix the fucking problem. You know what I'm saying? Lucia, I've been trying to, we're going to answer some questions. Hopefully that'll fix the goddamn problem. You've been trying to manifest for so long and still no contact. Well, okay. Oh, we're talking about an avoidant today, by the way. We're gonna talk about an avoidant today. It seems to be a rising topic, and I'm real tired of hearing the term avoidant as if it's a bad thing, to be quite frank. Actually, I think the term avoidant is a good thing. I don't think you should view them as an avoidant, but an avoidant is, by pure definition, is not a bad thing, to be quite frank. And I'll tell you why. But we're going to answer stuff. Okay. If you've been manifesting, I'm going to tell you this for the time. What up, Convicted Chaos? If you have been manifesting something or someone for a long period of time and you've gotten no movement in your 3D, okay? Like no movement at all in your 3D. One, the only major thing you're doing wrong, the only major thing, well, three things you're doing wrong. If the math is a mathin', okay? The three things you're doing wrong is, one, you're not putting yourself on that pedestal. You're not seeing yourself as the ultimate prize, okay? And I tell you guys, you'll know if you're on that pedestal because you wouldn't worry about shit. You think I told you, when I was manifesting my boyfriend back for the second time, do you think I was worried if he was coming back? No. Because I knew he would. So I don't worry about shit. Okay. So that's how you know if you're on the pedestal, because you ain't worried about shit. You're like, okay, I'll see you soon, honey. Love you. See you soon. You'll be home. Right? And that's how you know if you're on that pedestal, because you just won't care. Okay. Thanks, NY2NC. And on top of that, you wouldn't be reacting to your 3D because you'd be like, okay, yeah, no. Don't give a shit because I know what my truth is, right? When you know what your truth is, when you know how this plays out, that's how you know you're on the pedestal, because you're like, no, I know exactly who the fuck I am, and I know he can't be without me. So yeah, okay. Love that for us. And I know you'll be home, right? That would be your attitude. Okay, that's how you know you're on that pedestal. And you wouldn't be triggered if you don't hear from them for a day, 2 days, 5 fucking minutes. You wouldn't give a shit. because you know who the fuck you are and you know they're going to contact you. This is how you know you're on the pedestal, okay? These are all these things that trigger you right now would not trigger you. That's how you know if you're on that pedestal, because you just know. You know the outcome. That's all I need to know, okay? The second thing you're doing wrong is you are letting your thoughts be controlled by the 3D. So you're affirming like everyone says to fucking do, but you're not letting your thoughts, your inner conversations are not aligning with what you're affirming for. You're affirming, but your inner conversations are based on the 3D. Okay? So those are like a train on two different tracks. So that's also why you're not seeing movement in your 3D. Those are the main two things you're doing wrong. And then the third one is how you're seeing your SP. You're describing them in a way that you don't want them to be for you. Those are the three things that you're doing wrong. If you were to fix those three things, you would see movement in your 3D. But one of those three, if not all three, I'm willing to bank that it's all three, are exactly what you're doing wrong. Which is why if you've been manifesting your SP for a while and you ain't got nowhere, that's why. That's why. And then some people get comfortable because they think, oh, well, I begged and pleaded and he came back. Okay. Don't get comfy. Don't get cozy because it ain't permanent. That's how I have to look at it. Is if that's the case. Like some people, they force the 3D and it works. It works. But then they're like, this is the third time. I'm sure it is. I'm sure it is. Because forcing the 3D may appear to have worked. But don't get comfy, bitch. Don't get comfy. That type of thing. Those are three things you're doing wrong. Okay? Paula, I've been manifesting nothing. My SP is still not communicating. He made plans and doesn't follow through. Yeah, Paula, that the only reason that like a lot of you guys have this problem is if you're in contact with your SP, they'll make plans, but they don't follow through with them. They cancel the plans, whatever. And the only reason for that is because this is a pattern. This is a pattern. So one, he's still not communicating because that's how you're viewing it, right? It's a pattern. And then two, then he makes plans and doesn't follow through because one, you're not on that pedestal, and two, because when he makes plans, the closer it gets to that date and he doesn't communicate and confirm said plans, you start to wonder. You start to wonder. Is he still going to come? Is it still going to happen? This, that, and the fucking third, right? And that's wrong. That's wrong. Because unless you made plans to go to a seminar, okay? Think about logically speaking. If I was to go buy tickets right now to a concert, do you think they're fucking following up with me? No, they could give a shit less if I attend or I don't attend. Because they already got my money. Does that mean that the concert's still not happening? Do I sit there all the way up until the day of the concert and question if the concert is still happening? No. You just know. These are the plans. This is what we're doing on Saturday. So see you on Saturday, sister. Then you keep pushing, right? Saturday comes rolling around. You get ready for the concert and boom, there you go. Right? Whenever you buy things, you don't question if you're going to go because you already made the plan, right? You already made the plan. So you have to sit there and think, okay, so what's the difference if I was to make plans right now? If my girlfriends were going to call me up and be like, yo, bitch, we need to get together. Like, what are you doing on Sunday? Let's hang out on Sunday. You just know that that's what you're doing on Sunday, right? So all of a sudden, when it comes to your SP and they're like, hey, let's go out on Friday, all the way up until fucking Friday, you question if they're actually going to go, right? And then Friday comes around and that's the day of your plans. You don't hear shit now. Oh, now all of a sudden you're questioning an overtime if it's still a fucking thing. But do your besties fucking call you up and confirm the plan over and over and over again? No. They're like, bitch, we made plans to go out on Friday. Like, it is what it is. See you Friday. And you just know that's your plan. But when it comes to your SP, you think differently. Okay? And that's because of history. And patterns are it only takes 2 times. In case you're new here, it only takes 2 times to create a pattern. Okay, they do it once, fine. But then the second time, now they make plan. They cancel the plans the first time because something came up. Maybe something very legitimate came up. So they got called into work, whatever. And so then they make plans for you again. And then in here, because they did it fucking once, you're like, is something going to come up again? Boom, something comes up again. Well, now we got a whole goddamn fucking pattern. And so now every time they make plans, you do nothing but question it. And you think you're proving to yourself right, which is true because you are, right? So like you question it, but you don't realize consciously that you are questioning if they're going to follow through with said plan. Or you do, and you're like, girl, I don't know, because he did this before, right? And then he cancels. Then you're like, see, I told you. Well, yeah, because either way it goes, you're going to fucking be right. What part of this is unclear? So do you want to be right that he just cancels fucking plans? Or do you want to be right that he always follows through with his plans? Either way, you're right. Even if he only questioned it one goddamn time. That's what we're aware of here when we are aware of what we're consciously manifesting. Is when you're consciously aware, you're like, God fucking damn it. Because manifestation, when you're consciously aware of what you're creating, can be a bitch. Only because you're consciously aware of it now. But up until now, you've been doing an autopilot. But now that you're consciously aware, you're like, fuck. I did think about that one goddamn time. Oh shit, I did question it before it happened. And you've been frustrated your entire time that you've been doing this on autopilot. You've just been frustrated. But you've been doing this the whole time. So now that you're consciously aware of it, now we have to break pattern. Okay? Now we have to break pattern and be like, oh, this is a whole no, absolutely. He makes plans to go next time. Oh, he's absolutely coming to see me. Absolutely. So I'm going to go ahead and pick my outfit out and get all fucking ready. I don't need to question shit. He don't need to confirm 55,000 times. Why would he need to confirm if he made the plan? Think about all things. Think about all the things that you make plans for. And how many of them give you confirmation unless it's a goddamn fucking dentist appointment? Most of them don't. They don't. They do not remind you. You just know. Hell, they don't even remind you when you make a plan to go on fucking whole ass vacation. They'll send you like emails like, are you excited? Here's all the amenities, this, that, and the third. But they don't confirm that your hotel room is still booked. By the way, just so you know, we've still reserved the hotel room. You know damn well they don't do that shit. Because you should already know it's confirmed. The only time you hear from them is if there's a problem. Right? That's how you have to look at your SPs. That's how you have to look at your SPs. There's that. Okay? Now. Bonalita. No, bitch, I'm not on Wi-Fi. I make sure, I've been really good at disciplining myself to make sure that I'm not on the Wi-Fi. You know, hair to dye, it always throws me off when people do that shit, where people will make videos. I've seen a couple people do that shit, where they'll make videos and they'll like be talking while they're like doing this shit. I find that very challenging. Or they'll like make videos while they're whole putting on their makeup. I was like, I can't do that. It's distracting. It's distracting. What up, Marissa, girlfriend? So it's not a lot of work to work on yourself. It's honestly not, but it's okay. It's okay. Net G. Hold on. Oh, a double sign. Sorry, I had a double sign. You know how I feel about my doubles. How I felt my doubles. Net G, I can manifest your SP for you if you sign up through the link in my bio. Okay. Oh, tail feather. The 3 things I said in case it cut off is the 3 things that you are doing wrong. If you have been manifesting your SP for a little while and you have seen no movement in your 3D, the 3 things you're doing wrong is 1, you're not on that pedestal, so you're still in chase mode. You're worried about them, okay, and not worried about yourself. So it's like you're stalking their social media 24/7. And I told you guys, if you're going to do that shit, then you need to make all the shit about you, right? So you're not putting yourself on that pedestal. You are making everything about them and not about you. So everything needs to be about you instead of them. But then when it comes to you, so it's like I said, it's like, I know he's thinking about me right now. Why wouldn't he? Everything he does reminds him of me. Yep. He knows he only sees a life with me. He knows he's never going to find anyone like me. You know, it's all about you, right? It's the first thing you're doing wrong. Second thing you're doing wrong is you're not seeing him as the SP you expect him to be for you. You're not seeing him as the version of him you want him to be for you consistently. And the third thing you're doing wrong is you're affirming, but your inner conversations are based on your 3D. So you're affirming for what you want consciously, but your inner conversations are based on your 3D. Your 3D is controlling your thoughts. So because of that, your mind, the train is on 2 different tracks. You're affirming for one thing, but your inner conversations are based on your 3D, which show you the opposite. So that's the reason why you're not seeing movement with your SP. Those are the only top 3 reasons why you're not seeing movement with your SP. But if you change that, then you're good to go. Good, Vern. I can't wait to meet you. I have a shit ton of calls this week. So if you need to squeeze in a call, it's probably not happening. It could have happened in the beginning of the week, but tomorrow and Friday, it's not a possibility. Unless somebody has to move the call. And that is because I am booked and busy for the next 2 days. So there's that. But it doesn't mean that we're not here to help you. So we can still help you. Okay. And you can still book a one-on-one call with me. It's totally fine. Well, there's plenty of time. I'm just saying, if you're like, hey, can you squeeze me in the next day or 2? No. Nope. Because then I panic. Because sometimes if you're late, like if I have back-to-back calls, I'll tell you guys, if you're 5 minutes late, we're going to have to move the call. Because then I have to cut your time off, or I have to push everyone else back. And how fair is that to everyone else? You know what I'm saying? To push them back. And then I panic because now my calls are running fucking behind. It's not the vibe. Okay. Hold your questions too, by the way. After the techniques, we're going to talk about an avoidant, but I'm going to do a special one with you guys today because it is a full fucking moon. And so why should we not? What up, Pixie girlfriend? Welcome to the family. You will love it here. Sometimes we go left, sometimes we go right, sometimes we go under. There is no scripted, no filter, no censor here on the Tiki Talk. And I will tell you, most of the time, we typically probably have one of the most entertaining lives you come across here on TikTok. Okay, there's that part. But I'm never here to tell you what you want to hear. I'm always here to tell you what you need to hear. And I'm always here to kick your ass when you get out of fucking line too. So I did make a video. I might pin it to the top of I'd have to go find it, to be quite frank. Maybe I'll just record it again. That's a good one. Okay, maybe I'll just record it again to save my sanity. Okay. But if you'll stick around, I'll tell you the 5 things. I think it's 5. Math sometimes ain't mathin'. But I'll tell you the 5 things you need to do to manifest your SP back. Okay? But stick with us, sister. And we got your back. And we got your back. Oh, meme, you're listening and doing henna. Don't poke somebody. Don't poke somebody, bitch. I've never really been into henna. Chester, looking forward to working with you, my friend. I've never really been into henna. Only because I can't get past the whole brown. You know what I'm saying? I know, what do you want? I know. I know, baby. Cliffhanger, bitch. Cliffhanger. Okay, so now. That's right, Alice. Let's get it, sis. Oh, just why? I'm talking to you on Friday. I'm excited to talk to you. Oh, thank God, Chester. Thank God. Stop getting psychic readings. Let me tell you. Yeah, meme. Please don't. Okay, none of you. Oh, truck driver. You are a truck driver, girl. You are up way early in Australian time. Yeah. I hate crying on here. But where else do you go on a TikTok live where I cry with you, I fucking yell at you, and I laugh with you? I will tell you. Here, okay. I'm gonna save you guys a shit ton of money. Yes, karma is real, Leanne. Karma is real. Okay, here, let me save you guys a shit ton of money. Okay? So, you all like to go to psychics, right? You want your psychic god involved. Okay? So, you all like to go to psychics, right? You want your psychic god involved. Stop verbalizing and start internalizing. If you don't get a fucking grip and run your relationship different than you have in the past, allow this to be your psychic reading. I don't care if your SP comes back tomorrow. Your relationship will end the same way it did the first time. That's a fact. So, no need to go to a psychic, bitch. No need to go to a psychic. I just saved you all that fucking money. You don't need to go to a psychic because... Yep. Your relationship will end the exact same way it did the first time because you have not done anything differently. You have not evolved. You have not done anything different. So, now, here's your second psychic reading for the day. Jesus Christ, you guys get 2 psychic readings all for fucking free. Hold on. The spirit guides. The spirit guides are telling me that if you evolve, if you do things differently, and you stop reacting, you stop arguing, you start seeing the best in your SP, right? And you evolve and you do things differently, when your SP comes back, your relationship will stay. This goddamn puzzle piece. Nailed it. Then your SP and you will thrive and be together forever. Look at that. No paid psychic readings needed. I'm going to shut all these fucking psychics out of business. I'm going to shut all these psychics out of business. I'm going to give tarot card readings and all the shit. I'm just going to flash the card in the screen. No one even knows what the fuck they're looking at and be like, let me tell you what the fuck this shit means. Oh, man. These fucking people crack me up. I've been doing nothing but looking at the psychic readings and shit, and I'm just like, man, they just like, they'll be like, well, first, excuse me, the most important part of the psychic tarot card reading deck. You gotta knock that shit. Because if you don't knock it, the spirit guides ain't listening, bitch. Yep, nice and fresh. Now we gotta shuffle it around. Pick out 3 cards, flash it real quick, and then be like, this is what it means. That's right. I mean, we got the J method here. We got the pube jar. We got, what else do you want? The red candle method. We got all the shit around here, okay? Don't even worry about it. I get free psychic readings, tarot card, all the things. I get free psychic readings. What you need? Right here on the live. Because it doesn't take a fucking brainiac to know how this is going to turn out. You don't need a psychic or a tarot card reader or any of the above. Trust me, we have some amazing tarot card readers in our community. Flashy. Wow, the whole, I just need a couple weeks, I'm going to go silent. Look at, he's even telling you when you got to take a shitty. I love that. Snaps for Flashy, who's been getting massive movements from her hubby, by the way. Shit. James, are you on here? The red love candle, $180, bruh. Baby, write that shit down. Write that shit down. $180. Shit. I'm gonna undercut his prices, $150. I'll even give them a call. But we have some amazing tarot card readers in our community, actually, but they do things differently. But here's the thing. You don't need... Renice, he messaged me talking about how he wants to video call me. I love that shit. I hate video calls, but I love that shit. Snaps to you. I don't like video calls because I feel like I either have to put that shit on a tripod so I look my best the entire time, you know what I'm saying? Or then I gotta hold that shit the whole time. Then I'm like, how the fuck long are we gonna talk though? Because if I gotta hold this shit the whole time, I'd rather just shut off the video because I know what you look like, you know what I look like, and we'll just go. That's just my analogy there. But anywho, you don't need any of that because here's the thing is you're asking, will me and my SPB get back together? You decide that. You decide if you'll get back together. I don't give a fuck about the circumstance. Circumstances don't matter unless you decide that they do, okay? Because that's my big thing. Everyone always says, circumstances don't matter. And I said, yeah, unless you decide they do, though. But if you decide they do, then they do matter. So I can sit there and tell you they don't matter until I'm blue in the face. I'm proof that they don't matter. But that's because I chose not to make them matter, right? I chose not to view them as a circumstance standing in between me and my boyfriend. If you choose to make it a circumstance, then it very much does matter, okay? So there's that part. We'll just call it that. And then we need to realize that's $250. I love that salty dog. But whose pubes are we going to be using? I have to tell my boyfriend, don't shave. Don't shave. Come on. We have a business to run. Don't shave. Just kidding. Just kidding. Honey, I'm just kidding. But you have to understand that what the fuck? Oh, yeah. You don't need any of that because you're the one that decides. You decide. Just because a tarot card reader or psychic says, no, you're not getting back together, who the fuck are you? No, reject. But then if I'm going to go to one, you got to be fucked up if you think I'm going to pay for somebody to tell me what I don't want to hear. I went to one psychic reading. She was actually pretty spot on, to be quite frank. But she was only spot on because I believed what she had to say. It all sounded great. She left one key factor out, but it's totally fine. I believed what she had to say, and it manifested, right? But I only went to one psychic reading a long time ago, and that was because it was free at my mom's fucking holiday party. They had a psychic there. I was like, ooh, this has always been fun. And so she was like, you're going to meet a man who's older than you, slightly older than you, but he's going to be your best friend. Check that box, because I met him on New Year's Eve when I went to Vegas. And she's like, you're going to come into a bunch of money. Check that box too. She just left out one key component there. But all these things, right? And so, but it's because, hold on. So, but it's because I chose to believe it. So what the fuck? Well, then you may as well save your goddamn money. Well, I'm going to a psychic, and then they're like, no. I'll be like, bitch, can I write you a check? Because I'm about to call my bank the second I leave this fucking building and come and cancel that shit. I ain't paying you shit to tell me that we ain't going to be together. What the fuck do I look like? No. Do you go to the grocery store and buy spoiled meat? No. Right? I'm not going to go buy a poisonous rotten apple from the grocery store and pay full price. No. No. So if that's the case, then why the fuck are you going to them? You may as well just save your goddamn money, honey. Because you decide. You decide. So either you believe them or you don't. And if you believe them, it's not the reading that manifested. It's your belief in the reading. It's the reading that tainted your thoughts. I have a client like this who she did a tarot card reading, and the tarot card reader said, no, he's going to break up with you in February. And she was like, oh. So what do you think she did from January to fucking February? Count down the goddamn days. Count down the damn days, right? Like, oh shit. And then could you imagine like the last day of January, right? She was like, oh, it's February 1st. And then care to guess when he broke up with her? In fucking February. Was the tarot card reader right? No. But her belief in the reading is what produced. So, may as well save your money, honey. Just saying. May as well save your money. Yeah. Okay, first of all, let's explain something here. A lot of people who post their stuff on here, their success stories, not everybody on here is a Manifest For Me client. Some of them just watch my lives. Other people are one-on-one clients of mine. Other people just have text coaching. Other people are just in the WhatsApp group. Other people just watch my shit. It doesn't, like, or a Manifest For Me. There's all kinds of shit. You know what I'm saying? That's right, Leanne. Offered to shave his leg one time and then put a bag underneath. Just like, I just don't want to get the carpet dirty, honey. Shh. Just say. Just. Oh, here we go. Oh, shit. You'll find love. Brolando. The spirit guides are telling me that you will find love in August. Mm-hmm. That's right. Just Nikki's the only one I would trust if you want tarot card readings. Just Nikki. Only because she makes sure, like, we thought about doing tarot card readings for you. But there would be some stipulations before that reading would happen for you. But that's because I want you to have the best reading of your goddamn life. Duh. Okay. So your energy, that's what tarot card readers go off for, your energy. Your energy has to be aligned with what you want. You gotta come on there hoping, wishing, and praying on a fucking shooting star and then being like, what do you mean? Oh man, my stomach is growling. I love the that for you, Sarah. You're going to love your fucking song, by the way. You're going to love your song. Every one of you that are asking, will you ever find love? You will find love the minute you believe that you will find love. The minute you believe that you are worthy of it. The minute you see love within yourself. If you see love within yourself, you will find love. There you go. There you go. Ooh. That's right, Taylor. I only listen to the fucking shit that's going to benefit me. If it is a reading that I don't like, scroll. I don't even know. Oh, I clicked on the wrong goddamn button. Another reading. I don't even give it an option. I don't even go in my mind. If you think some stranger on the goddamn internet is going to tell me some shit about my life, you got me all the way fucked up. Nope. Ain't no stranger on the fucking internet ever going to tell me about my goddamn life. Okay? Now, we're going to get started because I'm so punctual. Bevy would be so proud of me. I'm early today. But because I want to do something quick for you later because it is the full moon. And I really want you guys to embody the state because I know so many of them. Now, first of all, don't read into the shit, okay? It is a goddamn fucking full moon. There is no need for you to go research what kind of full moon it is and what's the retrograde in the air today and all this stupid shit. We don't need to do that. We don't need to do that. Okay? So why overcomplicate the shit? Let's be frank. I would consider myself a highly intellectual person. But I'll be reading about these moons and I'm like, I mean, what the fuck? You guys are the ones that told me that shit. Because I was like, is it just me or do the moons look the same? I don't see no pink in the moon. And you're like, that's just the kind of moon. And I was like, well, what the fuck? They should say that shit then. They should say that. Kind of like if you're going to give a spell online, then you need to walk them all the way through A through Z, okay? I mean, I said Z, Jesus Christ, A through Z. You cannot be like, you need to write their name down and your name. Write their name and your name down. Put it in a bowl of water. Put it in a bowl. Or no, I saw this one because I looked for the easiest shit possible. They were like, put it in a glass like this one. It is, girl. It is. It's an electrolyte. Keeps me hydrated. So you take this glass of water and you write their name down on a little sliver of paper. And you put it in the water. And then you're supposed to sprinkle, I think it was fucking some salt, is what it looked like, on it. And then you're supposed to twirl it 3 times. That's not to be mistaken for 4, bitch, because I think if you do 4 times, you might fuck the shit up. Because it's 3 times. So you gotta swirl 3 times. That's what they say. And then I was like, well, then what? What do you do? Why does no one ever tell you what the fuck you're supposed to do after the 3 swirls? What am I supposed to do with that fucking piece of paper? You know what I'm saying? You got to include that. If you're going to give a spell, you need to include what they're supposed to do after the 3 goddamn days. They always leave this shit out. Have you ever realized that? They always leave this shit out. You know, they're like, write their name and put it in a bowl, fill it with salt. And I was like, that's a lot of salt. Fill it with salt. And then do this, that, and the third. And then there's so many comments where they're like, put it by your nightstand. I was like, it's clockwise, girl. And then so many comments are like, what are you supposed to do after the 30 days? I was like, that's my thing. You got to let them know what they're supposed to do after that shit. After that. I saw the stupidest one the other day where they said you're supposed to write your SP's name on a bay leaf. And then they said you're supposed to fold that shit in half like it's fucking lettuce and put it under your pillow. If I take a fucking dry ass bay leaf and fold the shit in half, what the fuck is going to happen to the bay leaf? That's just going to be all crumbles. And I'm supposed to do what with that? Put that under my pillow? All the fucking crumbles? Right. You're supposed to, they said fold it in half. I was like, fold. That shit is dry, bitch. What to fold that shit in half? I was like, I was watching all this shit yesterday. I was like, look, and that's where I'm just like, look, if you're going to come up with a spell, you need to tell them what to do after the shit because you always leave that fucking step out. You always leave that step out. You know, the one where you're supposed to write their name down 7 times. Is it 7 times? And then you're supposed to sprinkle some sugar on that shit. Or is it salt or sugar? So I think it's salt. Salt seems to be the preference of choice. Although I thought you were supposed to take salt and like throw it over your shoulder to like weed out the devil. But apparently it's a good thing in the spiritual community. So you sprinkle salt. Then you got to hit it with the perfume. And you're supposed to light that shit. Y'all know you did that shit. You all know you did that shit. I tried that once. And then I was like, because again, this is where they leave out the last part. Because I was like, what's you supposed to do with the ashes? What am I supposed to do with the ashes here, though? See? They always leave the end part out. So if you are a spellcaster around here, please throw in the last part. If that shit blows right in my fucking face, though, because that's my biggest thing. It's like, it's not a bull. I'm going to be, if that shit comes back on making this. Whoosh. Don't worry. If that happens, I'll take a picture and you guys can see my face full of soot. I'm like, now what do I do? Am I supposed to wash that shit off or just let it ride? Then they say you're supposed to bury it in the ground. I was like, it'll be my luck. I'll be out there looking like I'm burying a body, right? You're just going to be out there with your little shovel in the ground. And you're just going to put a piece of paper. People are going to be like, what in the witchcraft shit is going on? I'll be like, oh, hello. Hello, neighbor. Don't worry. And then a squirrel digs that shit up. Now I'm in trouble. Oh yeah, I was watching all that shit last night. I was like, man, what they won't come up with next. They're just making the shit up. Float it 3 times towards you, you know, so you can bring it to you. I think that shit is fucking funny. Because we done it all, right? They got to draw the 3 hearts around your names. The infinity symbol around the names. And then fold it. They're going to draw this ritual thing. But you're too busy watching because this is my thing. I always question, I was like, but you're too busy. Like, you can't really focus intentions when you're too busy watching the goddamn tutorial, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, you're over here trying to focus. They're like, focus the intentions. You're like, okay, focusing the intention. But then you're over here like, what did they say to do? Fold it 3 times. How the fuck are you focusing on the intention? You know what I'm saying? When you're too busy watching the tutorial. It's in a goddamn gardening class. Shit. That's all I gotta say. I find it just easier to go in my mind palace and just focus my intentions there. We're just gonna be like, okay, well, why don't I'm just gonna lock that shit in. You know, we're just gonna, you know what? My home's still gonna be here. No ingredients needed. I don't need the last part of the method because they leave that shit out every time. We're solid. We're good. Because in here, that shit is free, bitch. That shit is 100% free. And 100% fail-proof. James, you just entered. Someone is selling the red candle spell. The red candle, I'm sure, is included for $180, bitch. $180. So we're going to slash the price, $150, okay? Make note. That's right. She says, because of you, I've been keeping positive. That's what it's all about. And today we're going to keep up the positivity, okay? So I need you to get nice and comfy because we're going... That's right, James. We're on it. We're on that shit. We missed the boat. We should have been selling that shit last week, but don't worry, because we're going to sell them like a week and a half before, like probably 2 weeks before the next full moon. So we're going to be booked and busy. Orders in full effect. Okay? All right, we got this. We got this. Full moon candles. I think I'm playing until it comes up on my fucking website. The difference is ours will work because we actually come with instructions. And don't trip, we walk you through the A to the Z. We always include the last step. Because how dare them not tell you what to do with the rest? Of course he just called. It's the full moon today, James. So we're going to do a couple things today because it's the full fucking moon. Bevy decided not to go home today because she's hanging out for one extra day because she already knows that we're going to have a rocking ass good fucking time in the WhatsApp group today, which if you're not a part of it, you should probably get on that shit because we're going to have a rocking good time with the full moon today. Because you know what we're all going to do today? Everyone is staying high vibe. Positive. Positive, positive, positive. So I'm going to help get you in that frame to stay positive. And if you're not on here, if you're in the shit, if you're not on here, but you're in the WhatsApp, I will also put in the members only or in the general what word. I will also walk you through again. That's right, Flashy. You know, the full moon is all about releasing. Will all be about releasing. You should be. You should be. It's in the normal manifestation besties group. But I'll put the little tutorial that we're going to walk through today. It's a very quick thing. That's right. Release the beast. That's what it's all about today. Fresh new energy. Well, it depends on where you're at in the world, but it is today, the 29th. Trust me, Instagram would never, ever fucking lie to me. Right? Isn't that how that works? I mean, isn't that how that fucking works? Instagram, TikTok, like, they would never lie to you. Why would they lie to you? Oh, man. Okay, as we digress, I was so on track. Okay, so get in a nice comfy place because we're going to do the cord cutting and the photo method, and then I'm going to walk you, and then we're going to talk about an avoidant because I want you to start realizing that what an avoidant actually is and how it's not a bad thing, first and foremost. And second of all, stop describing them that way because that shit is fucking stupid. But understand, Becky, if you could message Bevy, we'll get you hooked up on that, okay? So if you could listen up, buttercups. Oh, because I got to put them on a page so they're not just sitting in a WhatsApp group too. I need to put them on a page. I'll do that this weekend. Okay, so while you're getting a nice comfy place, I am going to walk you through, we're going to be talking about after this an avoidant and how to manifest an avoidant, okay? Because it seems to be a topic of discussion, and I've never heard that term used so many goddamn times in my entire fucking life. But I need you to, one, my goal here is to not just tell you how to manifest an avoidant, but to talk to you about how to understand what an avoidant, first of all, actually is, and that it's not actually a bad goddamn thing. So stop giving it a bad meaning because it's not actually a bad thing. Okay? And so I'm going to show you, I'm going to tell you why. It's actually very simple. It's not a long, drawn out shit. Okay? But we're going to do those techniques now. We're going to talk about that. And then we're going to do another quick technique because I want you guys to hold on to that for the rest of the day. It is the full moon after all. No charging of your crystals needed. And no moon water required. I mean, unless that's your fucking vibe. I mean, if that's your shit, that's your shit. Right? But we'll get into that. We'll get into that. Okay? Because you have to take your assumption and you should, oh yeah, The moon water. You have to take your assumptions and you have to make them work for you instead of against you. Okay? So, I mean, snaps to I am Sylvie, who sang her SP today. Because it's all about whatever assumptions you have, well, then let's leverage the assumption you have. So full moon brings a lot of people's different assumptions, but if that's the case, then you may as well leverage that shit till the wheels fall off. You know what I'm saying? You did moon water at the hotel, bitch. You know what? That doesn't surprise me with you, Taylor. That's right. That's what I said. I am Sylvie. To Flashy, I said, well, you know, the full moon is all about releasing. All about releasing. And bringing in what you want. Okay? So I'm going to give you a simple task to do today. No burning down your house required. Don't even trip. I mean, unless you want to do a bonfire in the background. I mean, cool, but no burning down your house required. All right. So if you are new here, obviously I'm your manifestation bestie, where I teach you how to leverage the law of assumption and everything else to work in your favor. I know that sounds good to you, so follow. Why would you not? We have probably one of the most entertaining lives on TikTok. That's because sometimes we go left, sometimes we go right. Sometimes we go whole ass under. We don't know. It's totally fine. But I'm never here to tell you what you want to hear. I'm always here to tell you what you need to hear. And I'm also here to yell at you and kick your ass when you get out of fucking line. I cry with you. We laugh together. I yell at you. Who the fuck knows? But I'm here to help you. Okay? We teach two laws around here, the law of leverage and the law of get your shit. Okay, I manifested my boyfriend from no contact to living with me in only 4 weeks. I've managed to cut that time in fucking half. So if you do what I say, then I'll help you get your SP. It's not exclusive to SPs, but that's mainly our focus here because I'm good at it. The amount of, I want a moon tattoo. The amount of testimonials I have since I've been teaching SPs since February don't compare to people who have been teaching that shit for years. I have hundreds and hundreds of them. I just have to, figure out the time to get them up. There's that. So any hoot nanner. If you want me to manifest your SP for you, or you want to work with me one-on-one to figure out where you're going wrong so you get your shit right, all links are obviously in my bio. We have a 3-day intensive about to kick off on Monday. That is all, and you will have access to the replay, so don't even trip. But it's all about to get yourself, all the selves back. Self-love, self-respect, self-pride, self-concept, self-everything, self-confidence, all that shit back to where you become unstoppable and you go and get whatever the fuck you want. Because that's what this is about, where it's far beyond your SPs, okay? You don't want to be with we have a client doing this now. You don't want to be with your SP and fucking broke and homeless, do you? Fuck no. So it's about getting anything you want by knowing who you are and stepping into your power, okay? So if you feel like you are not on that pedestal 100% of the time and you're giving your power away to everybody and everything, then the 3-day intensive is for you. And yes, it will be with me on said Zoom, not here. Okay? Okie dokie. We also have guided meditations, hypnosis audios, WhatsApp group, which you should join because we're going to go have a fucking full moon party tonight and all kinds of random ass shit for you to get your SP. Duh. Okay? You should get an SP song affirmations. You're going to hear a sample of the song, not this one, but the next one that's going to come across. It'll be on Zoom, and then there's a group in WhatsApp, Golden Baby Love. So that's where the replays are usually dropped. Okay, and then I'm going to put them on a landing page so you have them. Who knows, bestie next door? Who knows? We had this discussion earlier, bitch. Alrighty. This lady got to go to the bathroom, so we got to get this party rocking and fucking rolling. All right? So now, I want you to sit back and relax. And I want you to close your eyes. And I want you to take a couple deep breaths in through your nose and out through your mouth. . And I want you to release all the tension for just a minute. Release all the tension. Let it go away for just a moment. Be present in the moment. Clear your mind for just a couple minutes. And know that at the end of this exercise, your SP is going to think about you. This time when they think about you, it's going to be different. I want you to imagine that you're in a giant amphitheater. You're alone. It's dark outside. There's no one there but you. And as you sit in the middle of this amphitheater, in front of you there's a giant stage. And on this stage, there's a single stage light that goes from the ceiling down to the center of the stage. I want you to focus your attention for just a moment on that stage light. And as you focus on that stage light, you start to realize and get a sense that you're actually not alone. In fact, you notice that off in the distance, in the back of the stage, out of the light, a dark, shadowy figure. And as you adjust your focus to the shadowy figure, you start to realize that that person is your SP. Now I want you to call your SP, say their name, and ask them to come into the light, into the center of the stage. Do that now. And as your SP begins to walk into the light, you start to notice their facial features, their physical features, and you also notice a gold cord that runs directly from their third eye into yours. Now I want you to look at your SP, and I want you to ask them 2 questions. And I want you to hear them respond. If you can hear their voice, great. If you can't hear their voice, that's okay too. I want you to ask them right now, do you support me? Hear them tell you yes. Now ask your SP, do you love me? Also hear them tell you yes. Now I want you to look at your SP and I want you to say these 4 phrases. This time you're not going to hear them respond, and that's okay. I want you to look at your SP and I want you to tell them, I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. Now I want you to reach up with your hands as if it's a pair of scissors. And I want you to cut the gold cord that runs directly from your third eye only, leaving the gold cord fully intact in your SP's third eye. And as the gold cord starts to fall to the floor, I want you to reach up with your other hand and I want you to pull the roots of that gold cord out of your third eye and just toss them aside. And as the gold cord continues to fall to the floor, your SP starts to float away like a balloon. And they get farther and farther, and they get smaller and smaller, and they get farther and farther and smaller and smaller, and they get farther and farther, and they get smaller and smaller and farther and farther, and they get smaller and smaller and farther and smaller until they just disappear. Now I want you to take one more deep breath in through your nose, out through your mouth, and open your eyes. Alrighty. Now, your SP is thinking about you. That's how this works. Okay, when you cut the energy cord, that's all right, girl. When you cut the energy cord with your SP, they think about you. What a break, girlfriend. You have to know that. But this time, when they think about you, it's different. It's fresh energy. It's clean energy. There's no animosity, hostility energy, angry energy, old energy. It's new. I did this in case you're new. I'm not going to do it again here, but I do it every day. I do it every day here. Okay. On TikTok. So you can watch the replay. Yesterday's replay is already on my YouTube channel. Okay. And so forth. All right. So now, we need to understand. I know I missed you too, Ray. When I did this to an ex that I hadn't talked to, in case you're new here, in 8 years, he contacted me within 72 hours. Okay, so it's a very powerful technique. It is it's based on an old ancient Hawaiian tradition, Ho'oponopono. Okay, so Esha baby, I'll answer your question after I get done with our next technique. We usually run these two techniques back to back to back. Okay. So our next technique, now that they're thinking about you, let's get you some contact from your SP. So here, do this, Esha baby. Okay, so get your SP's photos out. Get a photo of your SP out. If you do not have a photo of your SP, you can say he, she, doesn't matter. You can say their name. You can visualize their face if you're a visualizer. It doesn't matter, okay? But when you look at their photo, if you have it, that's preferred because you can focus, right? So you don't have to try intently on these different things. You have the photo. Okay, so there's that. All right. So I need you to come from chase mode. Okay? I need you to stop chasing your SPs. Stop chasing them. Stop worrying about, because here's the thing. There's an insecurity within you when you think that you must talk to your SP all day long. And they must love bomb you and tell you all the things you want to hear 24/7, like all day, all day, all day. The only reason why you're texting them all day is because you don't trust them. Let's be frank. That's the only reason why. You're panicking in the middle of their day that they didn't text you back. Get a life. Go do something. That's not sustainable in the long haul, in a relationship. And this is where you guys falter. Okay? So I want you to go back to the beginning of your relationship. And I want you to remember who you were. Who were you at the beginning of your relationship? You had a level of confidence about you. You had a certainty and a surety about you, okay? You had you knew who you were. Who you were was never defined by a relationship. Sure, maybe you met your SP and you wanted your SP, but you definitely didn't need your SP. Okay, you knew who you were as a person. You had security within yourself. Because not only did your SP change over the course of your relationship, but so did you. You're also not the same person as you were in the beginning, so you have to go back to the beginning and remember who you were. Okay? Go back and remember who you were as a person. And tap back into that version of yourself. That version of you that was confident had an assurity about you, because that version of you is who your SP was attracted to, pursued, chased, wanted to be with, wanted to talk to all the time, wanted to hang out with, wanted to make time for you. That version of you is who your SP caught feelings for, wanted to be with. Go back to that version of who you are. Because when you step back into that version of yourself, that's what causes them to chase you. That's what causes them to chase you, not the other way around. The only reason why you're chasing them is because they're on the pedestal, not you. Knock their whole ass off that pedestal and put yourself on it now. Know that you're the prize. At least hold that for a little bit of time. Now, I want you to fast forward in your relationship. And I want you to remember, usually towards the beginning of your relationship, when everything was amazing in your relationship, where you didn't question anything about them, you did not question anything about them, I want you to remember who the fuck they were for you. Who were they as a person for you? How did they treat you? How did they make you feel? Who were they? I want you to tap into that version of your SP right now. I want you to remember who they were for you at that time. Because that version of your SP, you never questioned anything. You knew exactly how they felt about you. You knew they wanted to be with you. You knew that they would spend time with you. That version of your SP is who you were attracted to, who you also fell in love with. That version of your SP is exactly why the fuck you want them back. So why would you look at them any other way? Remember why you want them back. And tap into that version of your SP. Right now, select that version of your SP. The way you select that version is by seeing them as that person right now. No matter how you saw them 2 minutes ago, no matter how they were showing up in your reality 5 minutes ago, it doesn't matter. How do you see them? How are you choosing right now from this point forward to see them? See them as that person for you now. Now. The reality is your SP has thought about you all the time. They've thought about you all the fucking time. Anytime you think about them, they think about you. Every time they think about you, you think about them. That's how this works. Which is why sometimes you have to try to not think about them because they're thinking about you. Sometimes you'll be going about your day and then a random thought about them will pop into your head. That is because they're thinking about you. All of a sudden, you'll recall a random memory. That is because they're thinking about you. All you're learning how to do is to control what messages you're passing to your SP because you're doing it all the time. So from now on, stop bitching and complaining about your SPs. Because know that they're always hearing your thoughts and you're always hearing theirs. Okay? Because they have wanted to text you. They have wanted to call you. They have stared at all your shit on social media. They know exactly what you're doing. They know exactly what's going on in your life. I don't give a fuck if you're blocked. Not really. The only reason they block you is so they can look at your profile without you knowing they're looking at your profile. That's how that shit works. That's how they shit works. Okay? So the reason why that is because they just don't want you to know. So you need to get a grip. And you need to know that they're always thinking about you. They want to message you right now. They want to contact you. They want to rekindle. They want to reconnect. But up until now, you have preventing them from doing that. You have not been allowing them to do that because you've been seeing the worst in them or expecting something that you don't want based on your 3D. Your 3D is creating expectations without you even knowing it. So either way, you're expecting something. Right now, you're expecting things based on your 3D. You're expecting them to not contact you because you're blocked. You're expecting them to not want to talk to you because you're blocked. You're expecting them to not reach out to you because it's been 4 months since you last talked. right? All that shit. That's why you're expecting all that. You're expecting all that based on, I'll help you out when we're done with this, because that's an easy ass fix. You're expecting one thing or another from them, but right now your current expectations are only based on your 3D, what you're currently seeing. So instead, we need to start expecting what you want to see and not what you see. So you need to start expecting things like, of course they want to contact me. They think about me all the time. They absolutely, anytime I check my phone, they think about me even more, right? They feel the need to contact me even more. Like I'm all they ever think about. They think I am perfection, right? They can't stand not talk to me. I know they're missing me. Every second that goes by, they miss me even more. You need to start expecting that behavior from them instead of your 3D showing you behavior you don't like. Okay? All right. Now, if you're fucking new here, I need you to put on your crown. If you are not new here, I need you to straighten your fucking crown, because here we get what we want and we get it when we want it. We don't wait for shit. Period. Okay? When queens and kings give a command, do they have to sit there and question, wonder, worry, check, doubt if their command will be fulfilled? No, why the fuck would they do that? Queens and kings, when they give a command, there's nothing to fucking check. There's nothing to question. There's nothing to doubt. They know. They just know. I gave the command. I don't need to worry I don't need to worry how that's being carried out. I just know it will be done. That's how you have to look at it. When a queen gives a command to cut the grass, do they sit there and wonder how the fuck, what machine they're going to use to cut the grass? No, they don't give a shit. As long as the grass is cut, that's all they give a shit about. Same with dinner. They don't care what it is. Just cook me dinner. Thanks very much. They come and they sit down at the dinner table and there's their fucking dinner because they said so. That is now who the fuck you are, because you are the queen and the king of your reality. There's nobody above you in your own damn house unless you choose to give somebody above you in your own damn house authority over your reality, which if you're here rocking with us, that ain't happening. Okay? All right. Now, if you are in no contact with your SP or you are in contact, I prefer you say it out loud with a little bit of backbone if you're alone, of course. Because you can say it with a little bit more tonality, a little bit more sass, pizzazz. If you're not alone, please say it in your mind so you don't look like a fucking wacko. Okay? Now, I want you to look at them, and if you're in no contact with your SP or you are in contact with your SP, but it is not consistent contact, then I need you're going to tell them to contact you. So you're going to look at them with some goddamn fucking backbone, and you're going to look at them and you're going to tell them, you're contacting me right now. You know you want to contact me right now. You're contacting me right now. You know you want to contact me right now. You're contacting me right now. You know you want to contact me right now. Period. Paula, link is in my bio, sister. And then we jump on a call. Now, if you are in consistent contact with your SP, but you are long distance, then you're going to tell them you can tell them you're contacting me right now and you're going to tell me everything that I want to hear. You're contacting me right now, you're going to tell me everything that I want to hear. You are contacting me right now and you're going to tell me everything that I want to hear. Okay? If you are in consistent contact and you are not long distance, and you can either tell them they're contacting you right now, or you can tell them you're coming to see me today. You know you want to come see me today. You're coming to see me today. You know you want to come see me today. You are coming to see me today. You know you want to come see me today. Period. Okay? Now, if you are in, that's cool. It's Chris. Just take an earmark, 12:16 PST, and then if you want to watch the replay, you just got to skip right through to this time. You're welcome. I time-stamped it for you. Now, if you're in any of the ships, friendship, situationship, relationship, marriage ship, then you have options. You could do one of the first three, or you could have fun with it. You could say, you're bringing me dinner tonight. You know you want to bring me dinner tonight. You're cooking me dinner tonight. You know you want to cook me dinner tonight. You're buying me flowers today. You know you want to buy me flowers today. You're giving me sexy time tonight. You know you want to give me sexy time tonight. You're giving me massage tonight. You know you want to give me massage tonight. Whatever the fuck you want from them. That is your task. That is what you're going to do right now while you jam out to one of our songs. Which song should we play today? I'm always switching it up. Okay, but you're going to, we'll play the same one from yesterday. Okay, So that is what you're going to do. You're going to give your commands. I told you, stick around. Don't be a pussy and fucking leave after this, during the exercise, because how else am I supposed to help you? Right after this, I'm going to give you we're going to talk about how to manifest an avoidance. And I'm going to talk about exactly what the fucking avoidant is and how to manifest an avoidant. I'm also going to tell you, look at that. Renice is on fire. He just video called. Of course he did. And then I'm going to tell you how to manifest an avoidant and exactly what the fucking avoidant is and how I don't know why avoidants are being demonized. It's weird. And then number 2 is we're also going to do something real quick together. Thanks, Eliana. We're also going to do... Oh, yeah, was he? Look at that, Leanne. Of course her boyfriend was just texting her. That's what we do around here. Okay, then... I know, I'm excited for you, Shayna. SP is already texting because he's planning a road trip for us. See what we do? This is what we do around here, okay? So then, we're talking about avoidance. We're going to do a quick exercise to get you all primed and ready for the fucking full moon energy, baby. No crystals, moon water required. And your house will still be here, okay? And then we're also going, and then I'm going to give you a little task that I want you to do, other than the fact that we're going to have a rocking good time in the WhatsApp group today. Just, like we did yesterday, friendly banter, keep the mood light and share what we're doing, okay? But I'm going to give you something I want you guys to do because obviously if you believe in the full moon, then you believe about releasing and bringing in positive intentions, okay? So we're going to leverage that. You need to leverage what it is that you believe in. It's that fucking simple. Okay, I could sit there and be like, don't believe in any of this shit, but, do I believe in the full moon? Sure. Certain things I don't believe in. I mean, obviously, how do you not believe in the full moon? You know what I'm saying? It's like, it's there, unless you believe it's a hologram. Why the fuck are you going to jail, Leanne? Oh, yeah, you said you're not going to jail. That's right, no jail today, and I'll tell you how to avoid going to jail today, obviously. Okay? So that's the agenda after we come back from this exercise. So give your commands right now. I want you to give your commands to your SP. We settle for nothing fucking less. Okay? Start expecting something different from them. Enjoy our custom song. You heard it here first, bitch. Give your commands and expect them to contact you.
Some people build a business. She chose to build belief. She saw a crown and broken souls long before they could see. She reminds the world each morning, the pen is in your hand. Stop living by your circumstances. Start becoming who you plan. Different hearts, different gifts. One mission brought them here. 4 hearts, one purpose, one fire, one dream, changing lives, one soul at a time. One voice becomes another, then another, then another, until the whole room starts believing. One laughs like Welsh sunshine, bright enough to change the day. Beauty wrapped in brilliant wisdom, always knowing what to say. Patient through 1,000 questions, never rushing, always kind, turning fear into direction, leaving no one left behind. Different stories, different roads. One mission keeps them here. 4 hearts, one purpose, one fire, one dream, changing lives, one soul at a time. One voice becomes another, then another, then another, until the whole room starts believing. One tells the truth without apology, tiny frame but standing tall, guardian all the stories written in it. Cast asleep beside her chair, loving hard, protecting hard, showing everyone she cares. She'll fight for every family. She'll fight for what is right. And if the room forgets its manners, she'll set the whole thing right. Different voices, different strength. One mission brought them here. For us, one purpose, one fire, one dream, changing lives, one soul at a time. One voice becomes another, then another, then another, until the whole room starts believing. One writes between old pages and hoofbeats before dawn, turning thoughts into melody until new dreams are born. Finding beauty inside words, painting futures into art, building songs and endless visions straight from philosophy and heart. Always searching for the answer, always helping people see the strongest stories ever written begin with possibility. When the whole world falls asleep, you'll still find 4 lights on. One more message, one more song, one more design, one more call. Because somewhere, someone's waiting to remember who they really are. For us, one purpose, one fire, one dream, building futures, one soul at a time. Stand back up, lift your head. The story isn't finished yet. The power never left. It was always inside you. 4 different women, one common dream, one extraordinary family.
Oh, son of a gun. We don't put it on repeat. And we're back. It was not on repeat. Rookie, if there's a third party, no one gives a fuck about a third party. We don't call them third parties around here. We call them gutter trash. Because who the fuck competes with trash? That's right, Sarah Ponce. Snaps. He admitted he told his mom that you're his girlfriend. Of course. That is huge. That is huge. That is always a big thing, right? They should be proud of you. Rookie, welcome to the family. Stick around. You'll love it here. We are family around here. We are besties after all, okay? And banishing gutter trash right to the dumpster they crawled out of happens to be our specialty around here, where I will yell at you when you get out of line, and I'm here to tell you what you need to hear, not what you want to hear. That's what we do. So now you all need to sit back and relax and expect them to contact you. Now, snaps to Renice. Welcome to the WhatsApp shit show. Just kidding. Just kidding. There's different tabs in there. You have to understand the general tab is for general shit, okay? Where we talk about general shit. The advice tab is where, if you have a question, you put it in the advice tab. That's how this works, okay? Some people will come into the general and be like, what is going on? I thought this is all about manifestation. Well, it is, but you know what? Why can't we have a good time too? That's what families do. Duh. That's what families do. We have a good time. Lindsay, you need to start seeing him as being obsessed with you. Okay? Totally into you. Like, he's totally into me. Like, he can't get enough of me. He's totally into me. He's always giving me affection. He's always showing me that he cares about me. He shows me that he cares about me every single fucking day. Okay? You need to start seeing that side of him. The side that shows his feelings. Okay? That shows that he's into you. That shows you attention. Shows you affection. Okay? Then you'll get that. Okay? So, in case you're new here, some people, because we're going to talk about avoidant. Actually, we have to do that. If you want to know how to manifest a 3 POA, gutter trash, then join me tomorrow on my live. I will walk you through for the 10,000th time. But for those newbies, how to manifest gutter trash away. It's very quite simple. And if you do exactly what I say, gutter trash will be right back in the dumpster she crawl fucking out of. Lickety split, split, split. No effort on you required. Okay? Okie dokie. Now, let's talk real quick about an avoidant, because that seems to be a huge raising term in the manifestation community is, can you manifest an avoidant? What if he's an avoidant? And here's the thing, is if you were to ask 25,000 people how they define avoidance, you're going to get 25,000 different answers, right? It reminds me of these videos, which this goes to say a lot about our society, by the way. Where they would hit the streets during holidays and they would ask people on the streets, like, why do we celebrate the 4th of July? Something so fucking stupid. And most people had no idea, or they thought it was for some different reason, right? Which, like I said, goes to tell you a lot about society. However, that's just how it is. So if you were to ask 25,000 people how they would describe an avoidant, you're going to get 25,000 different answers. So it's your assumption of an avoidant is the problem. Okay. But really the mere definition of avoidant is that they avoid conflict. They avoid being in circumstances that make them feel uncomfortable, right? Things like that, which is drama. Okay. Let's just call it what it is. That's what an avoidant is. An avoidant runs from drama. They don't like conflict. How the fuck is that a bad thing? Who the hell then? If that's the case, then most men are avoidants by nature. Because who the fuck wants to deal with drama and conflict all the time? Do you? No, I don't. It's the one thing my boyfriend loves about me the most is that I don't do conflict and drama. If you think I'm going to sit here and argue with you till the fuck, I don't. I'm not going to do that. For what? For what purpose? I don't need to do none of that shit. So I don't ever do that. And so that's the one thing he loves is that he finds that when we're together, it's just peace. It's peaceful, right? Most people don't like conflict. So this is why you're labeling them as an avoidant, because they tend to flee from conflict. They tend to flee from problems. That's not a bad thing. Because you're the one encouraging it and being like, why is he running away from it? We need to discuss this. Not really. Because in all honesty, if you were to take a look at most of the conflict you have in your relationship, it's really not like we argue about 25,000 different things. It's usually about the same shit. Because nothing's getting resolved from the argument. So why bother? And so you're now labeling them as an avoidant, but they're not an avoidant, they just don't like the drama. Which, like I said, describes 99.99% of men in society. So, what you need to do is stop labeling them as an avoidant because they're simply not wanting conflict. That's not something to put a label on. Okay, we need to stop labelizing society. And this is our problem, is because the problem is you want answers, right? So it's like if you're feeling some type of way, where do you go? To the doctor, to a therapist, right? Things like that. And you describe your symptoms. And so based on your description, which is your own filters that are describing your symptoms, okay? Based on what you tell them, they diagnose. And they say, oh, here's your problem. And now you've taken that. Now you, in your mind, have gotten clarity, right? You're like, oh, then that's what I have. But now the problem is, now that becomes a crutch, right? It's kind of like you were anxious about something. Okay, this is how anxiety tends to be a fucking thing. Is you were anxious about something going on in your life. Maybe you had some turmoil in your family, or you were dealing with your relationship, something, and you were just, because all anxiety is fear of the unknown. That's all it is, okay? And so you didn't know the outcomes of this. You were living in the mix of your 3D. You go and you tell them, here's the problem I'm having. They're like, oh, you have anxiety. Oh, so now you walk away. Now you walk around with anxiety. It's an identity, by the way, now it's like a badge of honor, where now it becomes a justification for fucking everything. Like I can do whatever I want because I'm just going to sit there and say, well, I have anxiety. Like that's supposed to explain the shit away. You know, like I could totally be a prick and an asshole and I'll just be like, well, I have ADHD. So that gives you carte blanche to act however you want. I don't fucking think so. But that's what ends up happening. So now you are going on ChatGPT or whatever the fuck you're doing, and you're talking to people, right? Exactly. They literally change the actual definition of avoidance who runs away from good feelings. No, they don't. Okay? They run away from, look at what they're avoiding. Okay? That's what you have to look at. If you're completely honest with yourself, and you're looking at your SP as an avoidant, then take a look. If you're being completely honest with yourself, get yourself out of victim mentality. You are not the victim here. And so be completely honest and ask yourself, when do they flee? When do they walk away? When do they tend to avoid? It isn't the good shit. If you're being honest with yourself. So how is that a bad thing? And now you're being like, oh, well, they avoid. They're an avoidant because they avoid conflict. They do not avoid fucking peace and prosperity. That's fucking stupid. Okay? But now you're labeling them that, and now what do they continue to do? Run away, run away, run away. But you're continuously thinking that you can do whatever the fuck you want. You can react however you want because they're an avoidant. They're the problem. No, bitch. And no, you are. It's not them. You're now trying to justify their behavior to make yourself sound like an innocent little beautiful buttercup. And that's what you do. That's what you do. That's what you do. This is why therapy doesn't work, because it's completely one-sided, right? You go to a therapist and you tell them your side of the story. Right? I see this all the time here. Where they'll be like, well, he said this. I said, okay, let's backtrack a little bit. Because they didn't just say that shit out of thin fucking air. What did you do? Oh, now all of a sudden the truth comes out. Little bits and pieces. You have to continue to ask. Now a little bit more of the truth comes out. Because no one wants to sit there and be at cause. And here's what you have to realize. Is your mentality. Okay? Your mindset. Your mentality is being at cause, right? Because you're going in your mind palace. You're fixing your mindset. Your physical is the effect. Your physical reality is the effect of your mindset. So you're labeling them as an avoidant because in your mind, it makes you feel better. Like, well, no, I'm not doing anything. He's an avoidant. I'm just trying to work through our problems. No, the fuck you're not. No, the fuck you're not. What you do is you come in pitbull mode, okay? You come in pitbull attack mode, and you attack, and then they run away, right? Or you start looking at their behavior as they're avoiding certain things. They don't want to talk about this. Probably because they're done talking about it. Probably because they're like, this isn't the first fucking time we've talked about it. This is what you want to talk about it again? This is the 8,000th time we talked about it, so I'm done talking about it. Or they know how you're going to react to certain things, so they tend to not want to deal with it. Now you're like, well, they're an avoidant. No, you've done nothing different, and you're blaming them for everything. So now they're the avoidant. No, they're not. It's not a bad thing that they want to avoid confrontation and conflict. But that's how you're labeling it, because you're being the victim. You're refusing to acknowledge, and this is where a lot of you go wrong, you're refusing to acknowledge your part in shit. And instead you just blame them over and over and over again. I didn't do anything wrong. And no, they're avoiding. They're an avoidant. They're not talking to me. Well, why aren't they talking to you? Well, we had an argument. Oh, now here comes a little bit more of the truth. But all you're focused on is the fact that they're not talking to you, so they're being an asshole and they're being the avoidant. No, they're just done talking to aggressive people. So stop being the aggressor. So if you want to manifest an avoidant back, you need to stop poking the fucking bear. You need to start doing things differently. They wouldn't run away. They wouldn't run away. But you're justifying behavior. You're justifying behavior. Because in your mind, it makes you feel innocent. It makes you feel like the innocent bystander. It makes you feel like all that shit. It's kind of like when you go to your family, when you and your boyfriend have a problem and you have a big argument. You do not tell your family the entire fucking story. You just tell them half the truth. That paints him in a bad light. Not you. Women are the easiest to do this. I'm the innocent bystander. No, you're fucking not. No, you're not. So if you want them to not be an avoidant, then you need to start seeing them as the opposite. So it's like, no, we get through conflict easily. They handle conflict with me. We go through everything together, right? It only brings us closer together because we easily talk through everything together. But you have to play your part. You have to play your part. This is called communication. So stop labeling them in a thing that makes you feel better about yourself. Because that's the only reason you're giving them that label. Is because you feel like it makes you feel better. They're the villain. I'm not. They're the avoidant. Not me. I just want to talk about everything. No, you fucking don't. No, you don't. So, stop calling them an avoidant. Start owning your shit. Start owning your shit and then leverage what it is that you want from them instead. So take a look back and ask yourself, why do you call them an avoidant? What are they doing that would make you label them as that? But be honest with yourself. Do not victimize yourself. Don't victimize yourself. But take a look at why you're calling them that. And you'll see right away that they're not an avoidant. And then you can dead that fucking subject. How about that? And be like, they're highly attentive, actually. Yes, we get through everything together. We literally get through everything together. Tiana, I'll play that song tomorrow, bitch. Okay, because you'll notice that it will start to change. It will start to change because you have to see them in a way that's right for you. Okay? They're only an avoidant because you see them that way because it's a label you're giving them. Okay? It's a label you're giving them, and that's because they are literally, thanks, girlfriend. They are literally only showing up how but the only reason, like I said, good, Anne, look at that. SP called her yesterday, great 30-minute call. I love how you guys clock these calls. Snaps for Anne. Okay, so that's it. I mean, literally, it's all right, there's a million different reasons you're calling them an avoidant, but mainly it's only to try and downplay your role in it. Okay? That's the only reason why. The only reason why you guys call them an avoidant. That's it. So if you would stop doing that. The Jade effect, SP, is a specific person, my friend. Okay? So if you would stop and you would start noticing, I played a part in this, so I can change this. And if I change this, he'll change to match, because I don't need to identify him as an avoidant anymore, because he's only just avoiding conflict, which I don't want conflict either. So we're just not going to have conflict anymore. You know, I'm going to internalize. I don't need to verbalize shit. Not a goddamn thing to your SPs anymore. So, I mean, I'm going to tell you 1,000 times now is y'all need to shut the fuck up and internalize. Internalize. Shut the fuck up, and guess who's not going? Look at that. And Anne said it was 12 hours after she remembered to straighten her crown and get it in order. That's right. That's right. Your crown needs to be straightened all the time. But you guys keep getting your fucking panties in a bunch, and we need to stop getting your panties in a goddamn fucking bunch and straighten that shit out. Straighten that shit out. Okay? But this is where the growth comes in, Sarah. This is where the growth comes in, because you say too much, okay? You say too much, and you think, well, if I tell him how I feel, the negative shit, if I tell him how I feel, if I snap back, if I do this, if I do that, then they're going to change. How the fuck is that working out for you? No, the fuck they're not. No, they're not. So you may as well save your goddamn breath. I'm going to shut the fuck up. I'm sure you did, baby. Thank God. I'm sure I'm going to shut the fuck up, and I'm going to internalize, because you know what? I'm going to find much greater satisfaction. Like, this is where you should be petty. I'm going to get much greater satisfaction watching them do that shit all on their own. Yeah, I'm not going to verbalize shit, because you know what? When I verbalize it's a command, they're not going to do it. And now I'm pissed off and nothing's getting resolved. So instead, I'm just going to internalize and watch them do it on their own. And they'd be like, I love this. Oh, I love this. Maddie, you'll be put in the group today. Okay? And that's where you guys have to change about you. Okay? Okay. Now it is the full goddamn moon today. So I want you guys to do something, okay? So first of all, let's discuss what your assignment is today, other than not spiraling, okay? Because if you believe in the power of the full moon, then you should believe that today you should probably put your big girl and big boy panties on. I will not go to baby love. And get a grip. Because you're like, oh, it's a fucking full moon. So it's all about, not about high vibe, okay? It's not all about high vibe, but it's about positive energy, positive intention, okay? Knowing the outcome. And I want you guys to know the outcome today. I want you guys to put yourself in a state where you know the outcome, okay? Where you know the outcome. How do you manifest a text and keep that consistency? I have, if you go to my profile, it's pinned at the top of my profile. It's the first one. I made a different rendition of it. I don't know which video it is, but the one pinned to my profile is like 42,000 views. That's the photo method. Do that and you can manifest a text. You maintain consistency by seeing them constantly wanting to talk to you, always wanting to talk to you, thinking about you all the time. Okay? And not questioning shit. Because when you question, you get questionable results. So that's why you don't get consistency. Because all of a sudden, 6 hours go by and you're like, ugh, he left me on red. He hasn't texted me back yet. It's all these inner conversations about your 3D, about what you're seeing versus what you want to tell yourself instead. That's how you get consistency. Okay? We'll write that down. All this video content I've got to find time to record. I will have it recorded by this weekend. Now, it is so first thing I want you guys to do, other than maintain a positive state, which I'm going to help you do and show you how to do that. And if you're not a visualizer, it's fine. Because I'm not a huge visualizer either, but either way it works, okay? And so I want you to hold that state. And you're going to hold that state today for the rest of the day. Till tomorrow. Because, it's full moon. Hello. Okay. How does it work when you manifest them for us? Cassie, we jump on a call and we jump on a call and then we recreate your SP for you. I listen to your backstory because that's how I pull out things that are wrong, and give you your affirmations to do, but I tell you how to play your part. Okay. You have a very simple part to play. I'll bring them to your door, but the one thing I can't control is the version of them that shows up. That's entirely up to you. So that's why we recreate your SP on the spot, and I tell you how to see them as only that version of them. And then we get to work. You get put in a private WhatsApp group with just me, you, and my team. You drop your SP's photo in there with their name. You don't have to fill out the form, but you do need to book a call. You drop your SP's photo, their name, and your current status, contact, no contact. We get to work. But the difference is we don't just bring you back in contact. We help you keep that movement going. So you report back movement that you're receiving. And then when you receive that movement, we help you keep that movement going. So it's consistency. And then I move on to the next step with your SP. That's how that works. Okay. We have a stellar success rate. Okay. So, and right now there's so far not a cap on it. I prefer you not, Star, to be testing out voodoo and using my face. But seriously. How do you mean you're too scared to use your face? You're going to be using mine. Huh? No thanks. No. Yes, the link's in my bio. You know what I'm saying? That's like, please don't test voodoo out and use my face. Awkward. Good thing I don't believe in that shit, so there's that part. But anyway, yeah, I was like, oh, please don't use my face. What the fuck? I'm gonna change my photo. I'm gonna change my photo to her profile picture. Thanks, Feminine Divine. Yeah, she said she'll do it back. Okay, so today I want you guys, we're going to do something real quick to end it, but I do want you guys to I want you guys to write down all the things. You can literally make a James. He said I made a voodoo doll of Jen, but the doll keeps telling him to shut the fuck up. Oh man. But I want you guys to write a list, okay, of everything that you want to release. What do you want to release? It doesn't have to only be SP related. It could be anything. You want to release some fucking weight. You want to release the negative thoughts that run. You know what I'm saying? Do you want to release your anxious feelings? Do you want to release your attachment style? Whatever the fuck you want to release. What do you want to release? What fears, insecurities, imperfections, all that shit do you feel within you, right? Anything that you see wrong that you want to let go of, I want you to write it all down, okay? Write it all down. And now, this is where some people will say burn the shit, but again, I told you we're going to maintain your house in contact. Okay, so literally it doesn't matter if you burn the shit to the ground or if you freaking rip that shit up, okay? So if you really want to play on it, then let's have some fun with that shit, okay? Oh, you said, Mariana, how do we contact you to manifest for us? The link is in my bio. So once you check out, you're being redirected to a form. You don't have to necessarily fill out the form because some people can't upload the photos. That's fine. Just at the very bottom, it says schedule a call. You book a call with us. We put you, and then you jump on the phone with me and we recreate your SP on the spot. I tell you how to play your part. It's a very simple part to play. You get put in a private WhatsApp group with me and my team. No one else has access to our communication. You drop your SP's photo in there. I don't need their government name like some of these morons on here ask for. And then we get to work, and then we help you keep that movement going. So when you get movement, we help you keep that going. Then we move on to the next step. Okay, so that's how that works. Right now, there's not a time cap on it, but as of the beginning of the August, there probably will be. Okay, but it does not affect anybody that's in it before that. Okay, full disclosure. All right, so you're gonna write down all of the things, insecurities, fears, any of that shit that you have that you want to just release. You want to release, and then you're gonna write it all down. Okay, spend some time on this, right? Release anything holding you back in your life, okay, with your SP. Any of that shit. Not feeling it good enough, any of that. Not feeling worthy of love. Any of that, just write it all down. Just make a list, like a laundry list. And then when you usually, in the spiritual community, they tell you to move it, fold it towards you. No, we're going to fold it away from us, okay? Just in case you're into that shit. Fold it away from you. You're going to fold that shit right on up, and then you're going to rip it to shreds. We're releasing, hence the term release. If you want to light that shit on fire, you can do that, but please be careful, okay? Don't there's no sprinkling shit, none of that, okay? You're just going to light the shit up if you want to light it up, but probably do it outside. Just going to throw that out there, okay? Okay, so that's the first thing you're going to do. The second thing you're going to do is now we want to invite in, okay? Now you can choose, what are your intentions, okay? The intentions you want to bring in. Now you can choose to write them down if you want, right? That's right, burn it, bitch. You can choose to write it down if you want on what your intentions are, but you don't have to. Instead, you can sit there and focus on your inner conversations, okay? All your entire inner conversations today are going to be all about what you want to invite in, what you want, intentions. Did I say non-intentions? No, I said intentions, bitch. Intentions, okay? So I want your inner conversations today to be all focused on what you want, intentions only. If you want to write them all down, go ahead, write them all down. No, you don't need to put them under your fucking pillow. No, you don't need to put them on an altar. No, you don't need to put them in a magical glass of water and swirl it 3 times. No, you don't need to do none of that shit. Hey, just write them all fucking down in a notebook. For fuck's sake. You know what I'm saying? I love you, Mima. Write them all down in a fucking notebook for all you want. Put them in a goddamn drawer. It really doesn't fucking matter. It doesn't matter, okay? So you can write them all down, but writing them all down doesn't mean anything if today you're going to do nothing but self-loathe in your own goddamn pity party, okay? And you're going to write down all your intentions, but then all day long think against them. That's not the vibe, and that shit ain't going to do nothing just because you wrote them down one time. This is why goal setting doesn't work when everybody in fucking January 1st wants to write their goals down and then never touch that shit again. I did a whole goal writing fucking workshop for people before. But that doesn't matter because you have to speak them into existence, okay? You have to think them into existence. That's how this works. That's the only way this works, okay? Just because you wrote the shit down doesn't mean shit, okay? So really, I want, after you burn all your limitations, anything that you want to release, throughout your day, you're still going to only focus on your positive intentions, the things you want to invite into your reality, the things that you expect, okay? Suspect. Why did he block you? Bundalita, he fucking blocked you because he wants to stalk you from a fucking far. Don't even worry about it. Because he wants to look at your shit. Don't worry about it. Okay? Now, release. You're writing down anything you want to release. Anything that you want to release. Any insecurities, any imperfections, anything that you feel the need to let go of. You're writing anything you want to let go of. You want to release weight. You want to release anything that you have, limiting beliefs that you have around money, right? Remember, this should be all about, this should be all about a well-rounded life, not one area of life. Okay, so if you have any limiting beliefs about money, about health, about relationships in general, about love, about yourself, any of that, write it all down. Why not release all that shit? Who the fuck's trying to go one at a time? No, I'm gonna write all that shit down. Write it all down. Okay, and then rip it up or burn it. I don't care, but be careful. Okay. I prefer the tweezer method, by the way, if you're gonna burn it, especially if you have nails. Okay. It used to take me a while when I was doing the bay leaf thing, and I was like, how the fuck? Then it dawned on me, get some tweezers, bitch. Tweezers. Timber. You could just hold it. Okay. And then you're focused on all positive intentions. Okay. Now, I want you guys to relax for a moment. I want you to close your eyes. Okay. That's your assignment for today. Please don't come in the fucking WhatsApp with some weird ass shit around here. Okay? Okay, because you're going right into fucking victim jail because we're not tolerating the shit today. Now your eyelashes, crispies, that's what you're not burning. Okay, so now I want you guys to close your eyes for a moment. Okay, because I really, really, really want you to get yourself in a state of having what you want. And then the key is, though, is to hold that state. Okay? I want you to hold that state for as long as you can. If you're a Neville Goddard fan, Neville Goddard says if you can put yourself in the state of the wish fulfilled and hold that state for 3 days, then you will have your manifestation. The key is to hold the state. So I want you to, we can always reboost the state, okay? It's not like, oh my God, I lost the state, fuck, it's over. No, just reboost the state, okay? That's all this is about. So I want you guys to get comfy for just a second. No matter where you're at in your relationship right now, no contact, friendship, situationship, not sure, ship. No matter where you're at right now in your relationship with your SP or none thereof, I want you to close your eyes. And I want you to take just a couple deep breaths in through your nose and out through your mouth. And if you could visualize this, great. Visualize it. If you can't, it's okay. I want you to channel the feelings. Just the feeling. And I want you to take yourself to whatever it is that you want from this relationship. What is that next step with your SP? Just go to the next step with your SP. Whether you want them to contact you, whether you want them to come and see you, whether you want them to move in with you, whether you want them to marry you, whatever that next step is, just focus on the next step. Don't worry about the end result. Just focus on that next step with you based on where you're at. And I want you to imagine, and again, if you're not a visualizer, just feel the feelings of right now having what you want. Imagine your phone going off, or channel the feeling that right now they just texted you. Imagine them showing up at your house, if that's what you want. Walking through that front door, or you've seen their car pull up and you're running out and giving them a hug. Imagine them showing up with all their stuff, ready to live with you, moving in. Imagine yourself at that wedding altar, exchanging wedding vows. Whatever that next step with your SP is right now, I want you to imagine it happening for you right now. And right now, if you got that next step with your SP, how would you feel? How would you feel right now? In this moment, getting exactly what you wanted. want you to hold on to that feeling. Imagine that feeling. Make that feeling real for you. As real as you could. As if it's happening right now. That phone is going off. They're pulling into your driveway. They're taking you on that date. Hold that feeling. I want you to hold that feeling as if it's already happened. Now I want you to keep that feeling, stay in that state. I want you to stay in that state of just the next step with your SP. Just that next step of what you want. Hold that. And for the next 24 hours, 3 days if you can, but at least for the next 24 hours, until you go to bed tonight, I want you to hold that state. There's nothing to worry about. There's nothing to doubt. You know that it's yours. You know how this plays out. You know how this plays out. You know that they're going to contact you. You know that they're going to come and see you. You know that they're going to take you on that date. You know that they want to live with you and they're moving in right now. You know they want to marry you and you're getting married now. They're ready to commit to you. You want commitment? I want you to imagine right now that they've committed to you. And I want you to hold that feeling right now. I want you to take a deep breath in through your nose, out through your mouth. And I want you to open your eyes. And I want you to go throughout your day, the rest of your day. Just go the rest of your day. Into the night. Go to sleep. Wake up the next day. In that state of having the next step with your SP. Knowing it's already done. Nothing can stop it if you hold that state. That's your job, is to hold that state. If you need a boost, just close your eyes again and remember that feeling that you'll have when you have exactly what you want. Hold that feeling. Tonight's powerful if you believe in the full moon and the power of the full moon. So you want to go into that, in the state of that next step, just the next step with your SP. Because when you get the next step with your SP, it's a lot easier for you to move to the next one and to hold that state. That's all it's about. All it's about is holding the state of having what you want. Because there's no crying. There's no worrying. There's no doubting. There's none of that when you can hold that state. And that's your task. And what a way to end this live. Snaps to eye. She just came here to say that she got her SP back after 7 months. Watched me every day. And she gets triple fucking snaps for that shit. Triple snaps. Yes. Now, let me offer you a little incentive motivation. Okay, I don't want any spiraling in our community today, because why would you bring down the vibe when everybody is holding the state of the next step with their SP? Okay? Everyone's holding that state today. You're releasing what doesn't serve you anymore, and you're only focusing on your inner conversations about what you want, and you are holding the state as if you have that very next step with your SP. That's your only job today. Now, if everyone can control themselves, then we will give away a coaching session tomorrow. But you must control yourselves. one person spirals. Not happening. Okay? Okay. So let that be a incentive to you. Okay? And let I's testimonial be an incentive to you too. Because, like she said, she did what I said when she's back with her SP. That's how this shit works. Okay? Okay. So that's my intention for you, buttercups. I got to get ready to jump on a call with one of my favorite people of all time. And so I wasn't planning to record a video, but I don't know if I'm gonna have time to do that shit unless I rush through it, which who rushes through content? That's fucking rude. But I have one to go out tomorrow and then I can record them in the morning. We're good. All right. I love all of you besties. Now, I go live every day at 10 o'clock Pacific time. If you ever miss a live, you can always catch them on the tube of the fucking you. All links are in my bio. Please don't make me keep repeating that, even though I will repeat it just because it's nature. I teach you how to leverage the law of assumption, everything in your entire life to work in your favor. If you do what I say, then easy peasy lemon goddamn squeezy, okay? I manifested my boyfriend from no contact to living with me in only 4 weeks. I have mastered the craft and actually have managed to cut the time in half. So if you want me to manifest your SP for you, or you want to work with me one-on-one to figure out where you're going wrong so you get your shit right in time and go, be like, I get your SP back, then, or L, maybe it's an L. All links are in said bio. We also have SP stories, self-concept stories, gutter trash stories paired with songs, rampages, all the shit to help you out. The songs are lit, by the way. Who the hell doesn't want one? By the way, one of my team members, she actually played the song for her boyfriend and he thinks that shit is lit. He sings the song. Yeah. He thinks it's great. So we got that. We got guided meditations, hypnosis audios. If you're interested in getting in those, you might want to get it now because the price will be going up for those, not the coaching services, but we're here to help you. We also have a WhatsApp group. We also have text coaching, all the things to make your life easy peasy lemon squeezy. All right. All right, besties, I love all of you, and I will see you all on the flip side tomorrow. Now get it fucking done. Hold the goddamn state. Hold the state. 24 hours. Hold the state. Because they're already yours, bitch. I don't even know what you're worried about. I don't even know what you're worried about because they're already yours. That's all you got to know. All right? I love you, besties, and I'll see you all tomorrow. Bye.